Kobe, what was the hardest part for you this season? And I'm wondering if maybe it was just missing that first section and having to jump in when the kind of river was flowing. How did you manage that if that was the case?
I think hardest part for me was I say when I came back from my first injury and then kind of redid it again. Just all season, I've been waiting, training camp, beginning of the season just to play. And, I just was so anxious. So for when I finally got back out and then got hurt again, it was just tough for me. But, it was just a part of the journey. It helped me learn in a lot of different ways. So in a way, I'm grateful for it.
Jamal was saying that you didn't really have any welcome to the NBA moments, but in terms of learning experiences, he mentioned specifically a game against Steph and a game against Ja. I'm wondering, are there any of those types of learning moments or learning experiences that will stick in your memory that you'll think about 10 years from now?
100%. When we played our first time playing Indiana, I was starting and I was guarding Halliburton. And all game, the type of player that he is, he likes to pitch and run after screens and stuff. So full court screens, all that. And I was just getting hit by screens all game. And that next day we was watching film. Every clip was me getting hit by a screen. And all my teammates was on me about it. And then from there, just made me start watching a lot of film on how to get through screens, how to navigate them, and just kind of helped me on defense.
What did it mean to you? Jamal was just talking about this too. What did it mean to you to have 3 other rookies to go through this process with all year long and not just be on the roster together, be on the team together, but actually be on the floor together and playing meaningful minutes?
Yeah, they're my dogs. I don't think I ever really been close to a couple of young guys kind of just like me at the same time. Off the court, everybody sees us together all the time. We're always joking around. We're close off the court, and I think that pretty much helped us on the court. Those guys, they helped me with a lot of confidence. We've all had talks just kind of encouraging each other. We all in this together. So just being able to play those minutes together with them and then watch all of us grow together, it was something special.
What are your expectations for the team next season?
None less than just winning. Winning season. That's all of our goals. That's all of our mindset. I know that's what we all wanted to do this year. So I know that next year we're really going to come in and really focus.
Kobe, is there anything specifically you want to work on this summer heading into your second season?
Yeah, just continue to get stronger, fill out my body. It's a physical league, grown man. So kind of just being strong with that. Defensively, just want to pick it up, continue to watch film. Continue to watch film defensively, how I can impact the game more on that end. Just continue to work on my playmaking, shot making. Just really staying consistent in all areas and focusing on the parts that I'm really good at.
What's the plan to get stronger? Is it just as simple as weight room, changing the diet? Is there anybody specifically that you work with or that you've talked to about what that will look like over the coming months?
Pretty much, how you see it. Just weight room, change the diet. Just focusing on my body, what I put in my body, what I'm doing with it.
Jamal was talking about Darko, and he said he sort of jokingly told him after one bad game, "Oh, you just set the rookie record for turnovers," but then got in the video room with him, got better. How did Darko get through to you in maybe unique ways?
It really stood out one time. We was in a timeout. It was pretty much later in the season. We was in a timeout, and he really chewed me out in front of everybody. He was saying I was being weak on the court. I wasn't being aggressive just because I got one shot blocked. Like he was saying, that was soft. And then in that moment, it kind of turned me up. He saw that I went out there, I started playing defense crazy and all that. So that's just the way I think when he chews me out, he knows that it kind of lights a fire under me. And then so I say that's pretty much what he did all year.
What was it like changing your role? At Baylor, you were a massive shot creator, the biggest offensive fulcrum, to playing a lot of the more off-ball stuff and taking these big defensive assignments. After a year of that, how do you feel about who you are as a player and what kind of player you can be going forward?
I learned a lot about myself, just being, like you were saying, off the ball a lot, kind of playing into that role position more. I'm excited, though. I'm excited. Throughout the year, I just felt a lot of growth for myself. My teammates kept encouraging me. My coaches was encouraging me. I watched a lot of film, and I'm just really excited for what I think I can bring next year, focusing on defense for sure. That's really, I always loved defense, but this year I got a whole nother love for it. So I'm just really excited for what I think I'm able to bring this year.
You got some reps at point guard down the stretch. How useful was that? And is there anything from that experience that you can take into the summer and grow from?
Yeah, I think it was good for me. You know, I haven't played on the ball like that in a while in my career. So just being able to get those reps in kind of helped me figure out where I am with that. Like I was saying earlier, just want to really hone in and lock in on playmaking. So getting those reps in, I know what I need to work on, how much stronger I need how much stronger I need my handle to be, and like my passing ability.
Jacoby, when you think back on the season, like, what were some of the toughest matchups that really stand out to you? Like, the best players that you felt like on the court that you were able to directly go against?
Halliburton was a good one for me. I think that challenged me, like I was saying. KCP, that was good. You know, he was coming off a lot of ping downs. You know, he's a vet. He's won in this league, so he had all the tricks. I say that's pretty much it. I don't think I was really backing down to nobody. So I think but those were the matchups that I liked. That pretty much taught me a lot.
What are some of the advanced stats that grade this stuff? Just like your isolation defense was graded as one of the higher rates in the league. Was everybody on the team, was there a process of people kind of getting like, oh, damn, this guy can really get after it? What was that like, kind of showing that to your teammates?
Yeah, it's kind of funny because at the beginning of the year, you know, like I was saying, I always liked defense, but when I first came in, I was super small, so they were just bullying me everywhere. Every time I was getting in the game, they was bumping me, my teammates in practice bumping me, all that. So I think, me just kind of proving myself to them that I can guard, and then really starting to see it later on, it was just kind of cool, and it gave me another boost of confidence, knowing that the work that I put in is starting to show, and my teammates are now they're holding me accountable to that, so I appreciate them for that. Every time I go out there and I'm not guarding like the way I am, then they're going to let me know. So,
Jacoby, is there a player, you know, in the league when you're coming into the league or maybe now that you've been in it, you kind of see some parallels or maybe a role model you can go that, you know, my career could look like that?
Yeah, it was always for me, a person like Kawhi. I always liked Kawhi game just because he was a two-way player. This year he's really shown how nice he really is for sure.
We know it well.
You know, y'all know it well. Y'all know it well. But this year for me, you know, seeing it live in different ways, it was just different. You know, so I say that's definitely someone that's kind of a role model for me to look at.
Did you and Jamal ever have a conversation about how your game winner counted and his didn't?
Yeah, that was like the first thing we talked about when we got, because we was always riding together. That was the first thing we talked about. After that, that's why I was lit for him right after, because it would have just been cool for both of us just to have game winners. Rookie season, was it back-to-back games?
Yeah, it was one game.
One game in between. So, yeah, but still, it just would have been like a crazy experience. So yeah, we talked about that.
Kind of on the tone of even just like, has there been anybody unexpected that kind of reached out to you or gave you some wise words throughout the season or at one point that you weren't expecting, but it's kind of cool?
I think the last one for me was Tim Hardaway. Last time we played them, when we played them here, after the game, you know, him being an elite shooter, moving out the ball and just a competitor, you know, he's been in this league, he's a vet for sure. He just told me he was like, you got it, you know, you got it in this league, but you just got to stay consistent, you know, always compete to the end, just do what you do. He said he liked my game, so I think that was unexpected too, just to have like an elite vet like that everybody knows come and say that to me.
I'm TJ Ford, and you're watching the Raptors YouTube channel. Check out our latest videos and subscribe to our YouTube page.
Works right into the lane, puts it up.